Hello and welcome back to Suspended Fanimation. I'm your host, Dennis Bithoulkas, and it's time for Saturday morning blast off. Welcome everybody. Hopeful. Um, I'm gonna wait till a couple more people trickle in. There's not a lot of news this week, obviously, because of what's going on. So I'm gonna take care of let me take care of some business first, and then we'll take care of some of the lesser news. How about that? So remember, like, share, and subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing at the very end of this video, you're going to see a video pop up here. And basically, what YouTube does takes the algorithms, all the stuff you've been watching, and tries to match it as best as possible to one of the videos, my vast video library, and pops it up there for you. Up here is going to be uh, Is It Worth My Time? Bloodshot is what's going to be up there. Also, if you want to know when I'll be on live again next, you can hit the bell down below here. It's a 50-50 chance of YouTube notifying you. Best thing to do is go to suspendedfanimation.com. Take a look at the schedule up there. I change it out once a week on Mondays. It's also up on my Facebook page. And speaking of Facebook, there's a Facebook group page which you guys can post stuff amongst yourselves and chat amongst yourselves. I have a Twitter, I have an Instagram, I have a Patreon page, but no tier set up as of yet. So all that stuff is on suspendedfanimation.com. It's also in the description for this video as well. Make up some fake news that works for others. Yeah, I don't want to. Um, there's enough shit out there that yeah. So I am not passing along any fake news or anything like that, not even on Facebook. So yeah. Um CDC and WHO, basically those are the two places, and also of course medical places and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I know, Pen. Special shut-in edition. So think about what the hell you're watching and tell me what it is. This is gonna be at the very end, and I'll tell you what I'm watching. Off the books that I'm not reporting on and all that kind of stuff. So those of you who might remember, Stargirl was supposed to come out in May at some point in time. For some reason, DC Universe decided to just move it 1 week, so it's moving out on May 18th on DC Universe, and of course May 19th on the CW. So, not that you really care. It's yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna see what it's like. It's got some good actors in it, and except for Joe Hale. Joe Hale's in it, and yeah, he's just a horrible human being. Um, it's a notification a minute or so ago. Did you send it an hour ago? Or did it finally make? Or did I finally make? I sent it back on last week. No, I sent it at probably around like 10:15, about half an hour before I did this, Marks, somewhere around there. So it just means you're here on time, which is good. So all right. What else? Now, I think for 20 bucks. Again, I'm having the buyer's remorse on that one. Uh, I always go back to The Simpsons. I'm having a, what do you call it? The buyer's remorse. It's the bad Italian accent guy that they do that. So, yeah. So if it's forever in my video, my digital video feed, it'll be to my chagrin on that one. No, why? Stand until you ask about Bloodshot. Are you talking about something else? Because I have an entire video about Bloodshot and why it's bad. It's up there. I did it yesterday. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Oh, well. Oh, you guys are talking amongst yourselves. That's what it is. That's what I get for. Yeah, Bloodshot did suck, Morks. It's not worth your time. Spoiler alert on that one. Uh, man. Yeah. You're a Vin Diesel fanboy, really? So you like the Fast and the Bi-Curious? I mean, the Fast and the Furious movies? Uh, there is a lot of homoeroticism in that first movie. I swear. I thought Top Gun had held the prize for homoerotic. Fast and the Bi-Curious takes the plate on that one. Yeah. So, um, Penn says, "I think I like this week's Clone Wars more than you did, Dennis. I need to watch the previous seasons." Yeah, and of course he likes Diesel. Yeah, Pitch Black is a good movie. I don't like the rest of the series, but it's a good movie. Yeah. Yeah, Pitch Black is great. So, let's get to the main thing here, what I was talking about here. Um, so right now, there is been free to get people to come back in. That's what they've been doing in China, and actually China just reshut their theaters again because they're having a second outbreak is what's going on over in China right now. So yeah, it it's am I just cutting out in and out? Is that so sorry if I cut in and out. Yeah. I see you guys talking about it already. So yeah. Um it happens and it's probably going to happen. Although my signal strength is showing up as okay right now. Yeah, the China thing was predictable. It So they're talking about doing that here. They're talking about, reopening when theaters reopen again to show older movies for free. I honestly don't think it's going to work, to tell you the truth. What we should be doing, um, doing your show during peak internet hours. I know, really. What was I thinking? Because I only have a scheduled every time I'm doing this at this hour. So, yeah, I know. I know my it's going to be choppy. It's going to be very choppy, most likely. I'm going to leave it up as a testament to how bad this actually is. So, I am actually a proponent for this Amazon Prime Cinema thing where, they show first run movies for 20 bucks a pop or something like that, rather than, and also discounted theater prices, to tell you the truth, once COVID-19 dies down at the end of this year. Um, because quite honestly, let's face it, people are not going to just go back to doing what they were doing after all of this is over. People are already skittish as it is. I went grocery shopping yesterday to, go and get some eggs and, bread and sundries and whatnot. And people were, they're starting to show the really weird symptoms of pandemics right now and being inside all the time. And that is one of those things I'm just like, yeah, it's gonna get worse before it gets better, and, to have these rose tinted glasses on, thinking that, yeah, people are just gonna go back in the movie theaters and everything's gonna be hunky dory and sitting right next to each other, that ain't gonna fucking happen, motherfuckers in this world, but yeah, it's not gonna happen. 20 bucks, it costs around 10 in my cinema. Yeah, I understand that, Stanley Tweedle, but I'm talking about 20 bucks digitally streaming at home. So for a first run movie, that is actually better than going into a theater and you actually own it after that $20 too. Like I own Shot, like I said. Yeah. So there you have it. The other thing that's actually tied to this as well is that Diamond comic book distributors they have stopped receiving new comics. So what that means is that comic book stores are not getting they're not going to be getting new comics in, and the comic book publishers themselves have said they are not going to go digital with them either. They're not. I don't know. There's a breaking point at this point. They most likely are going to go digital at some point. Once this goes on long enough, and they're going to break on that one, quite honestly. But you're effectively looking at the end of movie theaters and comic book stores as we know it. I hate to say it, but yeah, it's there you go. It's a sad time, but at the same time, it's necessary to keep people from getting sicker by keeping people at home, all that kind of stuff. So more money for a smaller screen. Look at it this way, Stanley Tweedle. If you have a family of 4 at home and you're paying $20 for a movie, that's cheaper than going to the theater and paying money to go and see that same movie in the theater. So it's a win for families. It's not a win for single people that are at home if you're normally paying $10 a movie, ticket for yourself. So yeah, GameStop was on its way out anyway, Stanley Tweedle. I don't even put GameStop in the same category. GameStop was hanging on by a thread, and they needed to die off, to tell you the truth. So yeah, you can have other people watch with you. Exactly, Pen. That's exactly what I'm saying. You share the cost of that $20, and there you go. No, GameStop was not an essential service. Unless they are actively fighting COVID-19, they are not an essential service. So, especially when I can get that same shit from PS4, I can just download it. Yeah. Exactly, Viking bitch. There's gonna be a lot of things that change permanently. Excuse me. Not just movie theaters, comic book stores, and where you buy your video games. I mean, I could still go into Target and buy a video game if I want to. And I can price match it on Amazon, even though Amazon won't get it to me, until May. So it's not like, you can't buy your video games elsewhere. GameStop was not an essential store. Target, on the other hand, has other shit in it that you want to buy. Bleach whenever they have it, toilet paper whenever the hell they're going to get that in, uh, food, yeah, all that kind of stuff. So I know, Stanley. That's why GameStop needed to close. Same thing with Hobby Lobby. Hobby Lobby needs to go away. Uh, and yeah, exactly. I cough to the side so you don't get your eardrums blown out, Keith, when I cough into the microphone. Because I do have a mute button, but I'd have to scramble in order to get to it, and it's just a pain in the ass to get to it, quite honestly. So I just move off to the side and cough. Viking bitch says the way some of these companies are treating their employees during plague times are criminal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What happens when I crouch? I fart a little bit, Marks. That's what it is. Maybe you hear it in the microphone. I don't know, but yeah. Stanley Tweedle says I bought toilet paper yesterday. It still exists, but only one brand. Oh no. Hey, Joker. Um, yeah. So a lot of things are going to be changing. Like I said, me myself, I'm looking at this as a reality past May, quite honestly. And just as the way we are right now, kind of thing. And I'm, prepared for that kind of thing. Everyone else should be too. They shouldn't. So just relax. The brands. Yeah, we haven't seen the paper here in San Diego. Nigh long a good day of a dog's tail, or however you want to say it. We haven't seen it in a while. That's all I'm going to say. Luckily, I had gone to Costco about the week before the TP apocalypse hit and bought my, oh my God pack, uh, just because I had already was running out. And so I grabbed a pack, luckily. Otherwise, I'd be in the same boat as everyone else. Yeah. So, on to happier news. How about that? We'll move on to some happier shit. Well, actually, this ties into it too. So, Wonder Woman 1984, there we go, has been pushed from June 5th to August 14th as a release date. Originally, they were talking about going to video on demand, same thing like Bloodshot has, but they realized they actually had a good movie, and so they are not going to be releasing it video on demand. They're going to go for the theaters again. What theaters are left open to show it by August is anyone's guess. So your guess is as good as mine on that one. So there we go. Um, yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. So for those of you who are stuck at home, which everyone else is at this point, you can watch now CBS All Access free for a month with the code word GIFT, GIFT. That's right. So if you wanna watch some really bad Star Trek for a month or binge it, that's what you wanna do, GIFT. I'm almost tempted to watch Picard. I know it'd be against my best interest to watch it, and I'd probably, wind up curled up in the shower, rocking back and forth, uncontrollably after doing that, but, yeah, I know. Is there anything we wanna watch on CBS All Access even for free? And I can't think of anything, quite honestly. Yeah. It's kind of like the gift of herpes. It's, when someone says that they're giving you that gift, that's what CBS All Access is. It's the gift of herpes. Uh, oh, I wouldn't make it past the first episode, and I already didn't make it past the first episode. I was laughing throughout that first episode of Picard. Um, but yeah, I am thinking of watching Picard just for shits and giggles. I really am. But uh yeah, that's not saying much, Stanley Tweedle. STD was just a shit show to begin with, and, yeah, I know I won't giggle more 'cause it'll be more like cry uncontrollably. As long at least we know it's in the Kelvin universe. We know Picard's set in the Kelvin universe, and that's the way they're getting around it, saying, "Yeah, it's this shitty, not just because of the writers, but because it's in the Kelvin universe, and it's supposed to be shitty because it's the J.J. Abrams universe." Yeah. Maybe I'll finish Hell. I haven't even heard of that one, so I don't even wanna try to look what that one is, Joker. I don't know. But they had a screen full of spaceships in the last episode. Wow. You mean kinda like Rise of Skywalker? Or, yeah. Or what was it? The shitty one before that, Last Jedi, which had a bunch of, "Hey, look, we know we don't have a lot in the script, but here's a bunch of starships that we're gonna show you guys. There's a whole bunch of spaceships on the screen. Ooh, look at the shiny little object. Look at the shiny object." Yeah. Ugh, yeah. I heard the last 2 episodes were worse than Discovery. Uh, yeah, I know, Stanley. I know you like the new Star Trek stuff that's out there. I'm not gonna, blame you for it or anything like that. I'm not gonna, you know, say you're a bad person or anything like that either. We all like different things, quite honestly, if that so there we go. What else do I have here? So Ryan Reynolds, that's right. He is gonna play Dirk the Daring. Um, and for those of you who don't know what the hell Dragon's Lair is, I know there's a lot of kids out there that never played it. It was a horrible video game that was animated. It was literally 2D animated that was on a laser disc. Um, that when you played it, you honestly, that joystick was so fucking janky because people just slam into the joystick trying to, win this thing. And it was an expensive game too. It was $1 at the time, which was unheard of in the land of 25-cent games. Um, and it would never, of course, work because the joystick controls by that time, people would just be slamming into it, so it wasn't responsive anymore, and 9 times out of 10, you would die within the first, like, 30 seconds of the game. Um, so they did make a cartoon of this, kind of funny about that, for Saturday mornings, uh, back in, I wanna say, the early '90s, I think it was, and, it was actually pretty good, it was fairly decent. So, I can see Ryan Reynolds playing Dirk the Daring, quite honestly. He kinda has that same mannerisms, and, he's also gonna be producing it, like I said, so this is, what is this production company called again? Maximum Effort, that's what it's called, it's he's gonna produce it under Maximum Effort, and from what I understand, Netflix is gonna be the one that's gonna be doing this one. So Netflix has closed a deal to pick up the rights to the game after almost a year of negotiations. So, yeah, it's probably gonna happen on Netflix, which I'm okay with, quite honestly. I wanna see this. This looks like it'll be fun. And Yeah, if you guys haven't played it, you missed out, quite honestly. It's a product of the '80s. It was even on Stranger Things. I forget which season it was on, but, they had it on Stranger Things. Does anyone remember the three-player Ninja Turtle video game with the oh, yeah. It was a four-player game, Joker. It wasn't a three-player, it was a four-player. I remember that one, yeah. Um, we're getting oh, that's right, the new season of Killing Eve is supposed to be coming out as well. I haven't seen the first season, so I couldn't tell you. But so my last little bit of news that I've got, my last little bit of news, and I'm kind of excited about this. Michael Bean, the guy who played Kyle Reese in the original Terminator movie, he is coming to season 2 of The Mandalorian, and, he's been cast. I think he's already shot his stuff because I know they wrapped up, season 2 already, and, he is gonna be playing a bounty hunter who, was part of Mando's past. Yeah. Um, it'll be interesting that we get a little bit more digging into Mando's past there. And I like Michael Bean. He was a decent actor. He really was. And I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to play out. So, did I miss people here? Am I freezing up quite a bit? I'm looking at the time frame on here, and yeah, I'm skipping here and there, and yeah, a bounty hunter from the future who hunts droids, maybe. Yeah. I think he was in something recently, Penn. I can't remember offhand. Yes, he was great in Aliens too as Hicks. Yeah. Hudson, sir, he's Hicks. Oh, the late great Bill Paxton, man. Yeah. Is it better now? Yeah, I noticed it just kind of flattened out all of a sudden. The curve flattened out. So, see what happened? I think what happened was people distanced themselves a little bit from my yeah. I know. Stop watching so much porn, all you people out there. Yeah. What about Paxton, Joe Greer? Uh, what are you talking about? I'm trying to flatten the curve. I really am. That's what we're working on. So, my new kind of segment here. What are you watching? Tell me, what is it that you're watching out there? Uh, Pornhub Premium is free now. That's why. See, that's why Stanley Tweedle, because Pornhub Premium is free. All you perverts out there are watching that and tying up the interwebs. Yeah. He was in the Scorpion King 4 Quest for Power. Ooh. Wow. Yeah, that's a bad one. Could be worse. He could have been in this season of Picard. Ba-dum-bum. Tss. I love the callback on that one. That was a good one. Or he could have been in Bloodshot. Both are just as bad. Um, I'll be here all week, people. Are you a fan of the Cube films? I'm not, Joker. I saw the first Cube movie like when it came out long ago, and it really didn't do anything for. I think it was on Sci-Fi that I saw it, and yeah, it didn't do anything for me. It really didn't. Sorry. Today I was watching the quiz about Ghostbusters from a woman called Video Drew. Huh. Uh, that's what Viking Bitch says. So you're cheating on me with other sites now, Viking Bitch. Is that what's going on? Pen Farm Girl says I'm seeing so many promos for Bloodshot. Yeah. It was bad, Keith. It was a bad movie. It had no plot to it. It really had no plot to it. Why? Why would now? You know? Yeah. You know, other stuff that I don't, talk about or anything like that. So I just finished season 3 of Castlevania, which is fucking awesome. I'll say that right now. Um, what else am I watching? The Prisoner, the old Prisoner 60s TV show. I've been watching that on and off again because it's one of those things that it makes me giggle, quite honestly. It's an interesting show. It was an interesting show, and also it's saying that you guys watching other YouTube channels is cheating. No, it's just a joke. That's all. Who is number one? Who does number two work for? So the Austin Powers joke, who does number two work for? Was kind of in relation to the prisoner. It was that, which I thought was kind of funny. That's it, buddy. You tell that poo poo's boss. Uh, you even started watching YA series now. I'm sorry, Stanley Tweedle. That's horrible. Yeah. I don't. I don't have live TV, Viking bitch. Well, I have access to it, but I don't watch it. So I don't watch the news. I have news streams, or I should say, I have news feeds that get streamed to my phone. So I know what's happening. It all gets aggregated, and that's also how I find out entertainment news and things like that is by aggregating all that stuff. Keith Hamilton said I started watching Letter to the King. Huh. How is that? Is it worth your time, Keith? This next Friday, I should say. So, yeah, if you guys haven't seen Future Man yet on Hulu, if you guys have Hulu, definitely watch seasons 1 and 2 of Future Man because season 3 is its last, and I am going to be covering that. I'm going to be doing an episode a week. Even though it's dropping all at once, I'm still going to do it. Yeah, I started to watch The Kingdom, the Korean zombie movie. I can't. And I watched, Walking Dead while eating and all that kind of stuff. And that one, I was just like, nah, I really have to draw the line right here. I'm gonna stop for, I might go back to it, but I don't know. And I was like the first or second episode in, I think. You're done with the Kingdom already? Yeah. Did you go all the way through it, Stanley, or did you just give up on it? Because it is pretty gross, I have to admit, Stanley. It's really fucking gross, and this is from somebody who can actually handle a lot of the gross stuff, and, it just yeah, I was like, "Yeah." Good news about the platform, I might check that out tonight. Huh, Keith, interesting. I haven't heard of the platform. So, Viking Beach says, "I've also been watching Devs on Hulu. I got to a point where they were able to see the future, but it's not time travel, so I didn't try to get them." Yeah, I it's on Hulu again, and I'm not a big fan of Alex Garland to begin with. So I might give it a shot once since I'll have that, what is it, the free Hulu month, I guess it is, or Hulu week or something. I don't know how long it is. I'm basically I don't want to pay for Hulu at this point because there's nothing else on Hulu I really want to watch. So Um, I like it, but season 2 got a little boring in places. Oh, for The Kingdom? All right. Stanley Tweedle says, it's certainly more genre than elsewhere. What? Dispatches from Elsewhere? Dispatches from Elsewhere is a good puzzle. Yeah. Joker says, I saw some interesting theories about who's in Tessa Thompson's mind. If it's Teddy or Clementine. I don't think it's Clement. Well, I think it's her father, actually, Joker, because we saw in the trailer that she's cutting herself again, just like her father was. So I think her father might be Dolores's father. I can't remember his name now. Oh, yeah, I know that Nick Offerman's in Devs. I just wasn't. It's not genre, Dennis. I know, Stanley, it's not, but I'm pretending it is. So. Quite honestly, nobody else is covering dispatches from elsewhere, which is a crime, and, I'm getting a boost in subs too, man, and people are enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. If it's one of those things that I really, really, really love, I'll make the exception on it. So, yeah. I don't know where it's going either, quite honestly, and I'm okay with that. Isn't Janelle Monáe and Tessa Thompson's mine? Could be. Uh, yeah, it needs to have a lot more coverage. Elsewhere, it might be about time travel we haven't been told yet. Funny Viking bitch. That was my theory about Mr. Robot, was there was time travel because they kept talking about time travel. They added it in and everything else, and it wasn't, but still. Hey, I'm trying to think of what else I'm watching. If there's anything else out there. Um, I did see Altered Carbon Resleeved, which I'm going to be covering on Is It Worth My Time on Tuesday. Yeah, that is the animated Netflix movie Altered Carbon Resleeved. So it's a 2-hour movie. Go and watch it. Yeah. Uh, Stanley says Allison Pill seems to be on screen in duplicate a lot. Allison Pill? I don't know who Allison Pill is. So, so trying to think of what else I'm watching, if anything. I think that's pretty much it. I've been limiting what I've been watching. Oh, Allison Pill, her. Okay. I know who you're talking about. Picard and Devs, yes. I know who you're talking about now. Yeah. 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 See, she's in two shows I don't watch, so that's the reason why I didn't know who she was there for a second. Yeah. I know who you're talking about, the blonde girl from yeah, Scott Pilgrim, the drummer, yes. So I was just looking to see what else I was looking over at the TV area to see what else I'm watching, and pretty much I'm just playing a video game. I'm still playing Jedi Fallen Order and muddling my way through that. And yeah, I mean, not much else because I actually still work too. So I am, you know, one day I'm working in the office, one day I'm working at home. Office, home. Yes, Fallen Order is a hard game. What I hate is I really hate this stupid run, jump, slide, and then you have to jump and grab onto a rope that you can't see. Quite honestly, those are the ones I fucking hate. Are those parts of the game itself. So yes, it's horrible. I mean, you have to run along a wall, jump over to the other wall, run along that wall, jump again, and you start sliding, and then you have to jump. There's a rope that's kind of like if you look at it this way, you see it. If you look at it that way, you don't. So, how's the city of San Diego doing under my watch? It's fine. They've got their own stuff. They finally closed off the beaches, to people because, people are being assholes and coming out and walking, not observing social distancing on the beach and stuff like that. So, yeah. Anybody watching the Witches show on Freeform? No. I don't think anyone's watching Freeform, Joker. Uh, yeah, Freeform and I do not have a good relationship, so yeah, I know it's YA. There's supposed to be a show out there. I want to say it's on Hulu about witches that it's an alternate reality for the US where the US actually used witches to help build the country, and now there's a force of witches or something like that, kind of like a militant. Stanley, that's the one that's on Freeform. Okay, it's a YA book or YA series. I didn't know. Hey, PC. I didn't know they actually locked it down. I thought they were just doing the same thing that everyone else was doing, was a shelter in place thing. That, and I was just like, nope, can't do it. I walked away from that one. Yeah, PC. Everyone's Wi-Fi is acting up right now. You're gonna see me skip around, kind of like a bad DJ in the 90s and 80s. Sorry, Pepper. I didn't mean to wake you up. She obviously was like, "What, dude? What?" So people were out in droves today. Yeah. So I guess uh, one of my siblings lives over in Greece, and they were telling me that I guess in order to leave your house, everyone's tethered by cell phone, I guess is what's going on. And you have one of four options, I think is what it is, of why you're leaving the house. And you need to text that option out to. So, yeah. So that's how they're doing a lockdown over there. Uh, Germany, you have a limit of two people for gathering outside. Wow. Yeah. I'm not minding the social distancing at all. As a matter of fact, I'm enjoying that people are staying away from me because I'm hoping what we get out of this at the end of all of this too is that supermarkets fucking make their aisles a little bit wider, especially you Sprouts and Trader Joe's. What I'm talking about. Um, this little skinny aisle thing with a little skinny carts and bullshit. No, make your aisles wider. Make them taller if you need to. So yeah, I mean, I don't like people all up in my business anyway, as it is. Before this, even. Yeah. As Viking Bitch says, it sucks, but it's necessary. What I hate is people on YouTube saying that people are staying home as a file. Yeah, that's bullshit. Um, yeah, that's just bullshit. Social distancing at Comic Con opinion? Excuse me. Well, since I don't think Comic Con's going to actually happen now, works. It's going to be a moot point. But social distancing at Comic Con is a necessity, quite honestly. Even though they keep trying, they kept trying to bunch us together in lines and stuff like that. We're like, fuck that. No, I don't want to be in someone's ass there. It's smelly and it's sweaty and gross. So yeah. You do miss draft beer and movies, PC. You can still buy beer and you can watch movies at home. Just you're gonna have to do it by yourself, unfortunately. Excuse me. You can always get a keg and a tap. Liquor stores are still open. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah. Um, what else I got going on? So I've pretty much reached the end of what I've got here. We're just chatting now, and they're not getting any better, quite honestly. We have Aldi here, Stanley. Dude, I so thought about it. What about getting the keg? They have mini kegs too, PC. You don't need to buy the full on keg. You can get the mini kegs. I know for a fact that Heineken does the what they call the personal size keg, which is pretty much good and well to get you drunk for a couple of weeks. Yeah. Uh, Once a keg is tapped, how long is it good for? You mean how long does it last until it depends on how many people are drinking. And no, you don't want the Coors Light party ball. Ugh. Coors Light just made me when I said Coors Light, I just got a little gag reflex in the back of my throat. Um, no, no, you can get Heineken, you can get, and Heineken's not that much better here in the US either. Trying to think what else. There's a couple of other places that have done the mini keg as well. Um, there's one place that, Cork and Bottle is what I call is what it's called. It's, where I used to live in San Diego, and I say they had the fridge from Narnia. No matter what I asked them, if they had it, no matter how weird it was, uh, the guy would go he would kinda look at me and he goes, "Hold on a minute," and he'd walk back into the fridge where you can walk back into, and he would look up on the shelf and he'd reach in the back there weird it was. It was the weirdest thing. That's why I call it the fridge from Narnia. 'Cause, yeah, they would always have some really obscure shit that was in there. The size of a normal head, so about 15 pounds. There you go. Yeah. Are you on Untap the Beer app? I am not. No. Um, yeah, see, how long is a tap keg good for is the same question as, like, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll lollipop? You're never gonna know. Oh, excuse me. Have you heard the ramblings about Black Widow? No, I haven't, Joe Career. Call of the Wild, I know is coming to Disney Plus because it shit the bed in movie theaters. It was a bad movie. Black Widow, though, on the other hand, they are playing that one tight to the vest at the moment. And I don't know if they're going to go the Wonder Woman 1984 route with that one, or if they're going to go the Viking Mitch says, I've only used a keg at parties, so it was never an issue of having leftover beer. Exactly. I'm not interested in the Black Widow movie. Really? I'm actually very interested in the Black Widow movie. That's the movie I would pay 20 bucks for. Unfortunately, I paid 20 bucks on fucking Bloodshot paid VOD. So, like I said earlier on, Stanley Tweedle, Amazon has created a thing called Prime Cinema. But pretty much everyone's going to have this. Disney Plus, I think you can buy it off, for their movies like Onward, you can buy it through them. Google Play is going to have it. Apple's going to have it. Pretty much anybody that sells digital movies, they're going to have it. So I don't know if it's iTunes that I haven't bought anything through Apple since 1994, I believe it was. So yeah, I don't know for sure if it's iTunes or not. Apple's just a horrible company. I don't deal with them in any way, shape, or form. I think it's through Apple TV or something like that, or whatever their thing is, the Apple Store, or yeah, I don't know what their thing is. But yeah, I'm actually more interested in Black Widow to tell you the truth. Um, and I would like to see, yeah, for 20 bucks, sure, I would even rent it for $20. Not even own it, rent it for $20. You have that 48-hour window to rent it. I rented something recently, for I think it was like $5 and watched oh, it was no, it wasn't Hobbs& and Shaw. What the fuck was it? It must have not been all that memorable because I just kinda I don't remember what it was now. Oh, well. My last Apple product was a 2C. Oh, yeah. I remember those things. Yeah. Yeah, well, Disney World or Disney Resorts, I guess you could say, just announced yesterday that they're going to be closed indefinitely. They don't have a time frame on when they're going to reopen, of course. So most likely they're not going to be open again until August, somewhere around there. How long do you think Disney might be closed for now? Apple rumor of buying. So the stocks are volatile. Disney, like I said, I'm guessing it's not going to be until August that they reopen. Maybe it might be July. Who knows? But yeah, there's a lot of shit that needs to happen first. Open at Easter. Is it to own Stanley? Because I guess I own it now. I really do. I think I own it now. That's what it said anyway when I made the purchase. PC says I bought Freaks on YouTube and there was 20 something minutes missing. Wow. Really? You should get your money back on that one. Excuse me. Didn't mean to yawn at you guys. It just it was a long night there too. I can't imagine how much money they will be to lose. Yeah, they're going to lose. So they've said there's estimates that they're probably going to lose about $400 million during this whole time. But you also got to remember their cruise ship lines are closed too. So their cruise ship lines are closed. They're not getting any tax money from that stimulus because that was something the orange motherfucker in charge cut out. Was any cruise lines? They're not getting any money for that. Their only thing that they're making money off of right now is Disney Plus, which everyone who was smart enough already paid ahead 3 years worth already. Whatever they're going to sell in movies, why really they're not raking in any money at the moment. So whatever they have, that's what they're going to have to live off of for right now. To PC and yeah. Yes, you are Viking, but you are boring me. So Penn says I liked it more than I did. Oh, what are you guys talking about? So I'm almost getting ready to hit the hour mark here. Amazing, considering that half of that was actually news and the other half is just chatting here. But yeah, so Disney looks like it's going to lose about 400. I'm guessing they're going to lose more like 700 million, most likely. Because I mean, think about it. They're also going to have to pay their people. Their union right now. I've been reading. I get feeds from the Walt Disney stuff too. So their unions are really hammering them hard to get paid while they are out right now because of course they're not getting any money any other way. And I don't know if that's going to happen or not. Yeah. So, well, I should probably let you all go at this point. So, I'm not even going to touch any of that, what you guys are talking about right now. So, what do I got going on here? Remember to like, share, and subscribe. This week, I've got Westworld coming up on Sunday. Monday is the ever excellent Dispatches from Elsewhere on AMC. Tuesday is going to be a special episode of Is It Worth My Time? That's going to be Altered Carbon Re-Sleeve. That is the animated movie on Netflix. Wednesday, I'm off. Thursday, I'm off. Friday, we come back around again for Harley Quinn, season 2 of Harley Quinn on DC Universe. Saturday, of course, a Saturday morning blast off. And Future Man's going to be on the week after that. So, thanks everybody who joined me today in the chat. Thank you if you made it through this rambly and disjointed and probably glitchy as hell video. Let Dennis go and rewatch Bloodshot and Ghostbusters. Yeah, thanks, Keith, for remembering that I own that piece of shit too. I keep trying to forget about it, and then it pops up in my fucking feed of, oh yeah, you own this movie too, asshole. Thanks a lot. Thanks for reminding me about that. Yes, Future Man does drop on April 3rd in its entirety on Hulu. So remember to get that free Hulu subscription so you can binge it like I'm going to. And then I'll talk about it, once a week is what I'm going to talk about episode by episode. That's what I'm going on. Like, share, subscribe. If you're still on the fence about subscribing, take a look at the video that pops up here at the end. Up here is going to be, is it worth my time? And the schedule that's up there as well. So until tomorrow and Westworld, and hopefully it won't be as glitchy as hell. I will see you later. Remember, wash your hands, keep that social distancing, stay the fuck inside. Don't go to the beach, don't go hiking and all that bullshit. You don't want to overwhelm small towns at this point in time. They have their own problems with their hospitals and stuff like that. So yeah, and wash your ass too while you're at it. You know, do a full body. You know what? Everyone who keeps buying all the fucking soap off the aisles, maybe you should actually go over to the other aisle for the body wash. Start buying some of that and take a fucking shower too, because that's all I'm gonna say. Ah, there we go. That's the little ray of sunshine that I am. Thanks, everybody. I will see you tomorrow for Westworld. Until then, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out, because otherwise, you may find that the industry you worked in no longer exists after the pandemic is over with. Thanks, everybody. I will talk to you later and have a safe day and a safe one out there. All right. See you tomorrow for Westworld. Whoopsie. It helps if I hit the end button, doesn't it?